Thank you very much for giving me the chance to be the participant in this research conference. My topic for this topic is this production technology of lavender as a frontline cash crop for Kashmir Valley. As I have been introduced, I am from Sher Kashmir University of Agriculture Science and Technology, and we have been cultivating this lavender plant. Lavender is a very important plant. It is not an only aromatic plant, but it is also medicinal plant also. And when I call it aromatic plant, it gives aromatic oil, essential oil, which is used for cosmetic industry and other industries also. But it is used as a it is used as a culinary herb. It is used as a culinary herb. So next slide is this lavender. When it is bloom, it is very beautiful. So in European countries also, it is used as a for lavender tourism also. How beautiful the landscape becomes, then the lavender is in bloom. You can just see it, just photographs only. So from the commercial point of view, there are about 39 species and 17 hybrids which are economic importance in lavandula, but only 4 species of lavandula are important, which are being cultivated in many parts of the world. One is Lavandula angustifolia, which are only known as Lavandula officinalis, which is also known as English lavender. Then is Lavandula latifolia, commonly known as spike lavender. Then is another lavender, that is Lavandula soticus, known as Spanish lavender. Then another Lavandula intermedia. It is also known as lavender hybrid. It gives the lavender oil, which is specially known as lavandin. So only out of these 4 species, the most important is Lavandula angustifolia, and whatever we'll be dealing with, it will be only on Lavandula angustifolia. So first comes that how to propagate lavender. We are propagating lavender by mainly by cuttings. That is, we can get a 2-to type plants. So we have standardized how to cultivate lavender from cuttings. Just we have taken cuttings and then with terminal bud intact and treated that with IBA from 200 ppm to 2000 ppm. And then when well-established roots were developed in the lavender, then we planted them at various spacings on our wasteland. Because in mountain areas, we'd say most of the mountain areas, particularly in the northwestern Himalayas, we have the south-facing slopes, which are completely devoid of any vegetation, and they are characterized as wastelands. And on these mountains, we have planted lavender to not only to cultivate lavender, but to have a very commercial crop for these wastelands. So after getting lavender plants, then we harvested these plants, and we harvest the plant, extracted oil out of it, and this oil was chemically profiling was done by gas chromatography and mass spectrophotometry, and we analyze the oil so that we can compare it with the oil which is cultivated elsewhere in the world. So then we also found out the economics. If I will tell a farmer that you cultivate the lavender, he will tell it what would be the returns. So we had also done some economics also. So it is the first table which I am showing to you, the cultivation of lavender from cuttings. So from 200 ppm to 2000 ppm, I could get 100% rooting. Then in the month of October, the cuttings were treated with 2000 ppm, about 92% rooting was obtained. Then I could have this 100% of rooting in case of lavender cuttings. And this is the propagation channel. So in table 2, then after getting a well-rooted plants, we planted these lavender plants at different spacing at 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter, 50 centimeter 1 meter, and 50 centimeter 1.5 meter. And the yield of these flower spikes, when we call this flower spikes, we harvest it like this. We hold the whole plant and then harvest the flower spikes, and there may be some leaves also with it. And these are our students who are harvesting the lavender in the field. So the maximum yield was obtained in when we were able to plant, when we planted the lavender at 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter. That is, maximum yield was 11,420 kgs per hectare, which was a bit less than other spacings. But however, in our study, we concluded that then the plants will even in other spacings, more wider spacings, when the plants and the crowns will touch each other, the yield might be the same. So after harvesting the flower spikes, we extracted the essential oil out of it. So again, since we got more flower spikes in 50 centimeter, I got 117 kgs per hectare of essential oil in our field conditions. So which was a bit less in other other spacing, like 97 kgs or 77 kg. And this is the field extraction unit. This is the field extraction unit of for distillation of hydrodistillation of essential oil out of this flower spikes of lavender. So some economics was done. So when economics was done, so all the inputs, whatever was needed in this, like we know we require for land preparation, plowing, leveling, tilling, soil and bed preparation, cost of plant material, transplanting, irrigation by hand, FIM application, circle hoeing, harvesting, cost of distillation unit, then interest, extra cost, then returns. How we get two types of returns out of it. We get the essential oil, that yield, and then we get a byproduct, that is lavender water, which is also saleable, which can be used for many cosmetic purposes. So we concluded that a farmer can earn rupees 4 lakhs per hectare per year. Although study was only done for 3 years, but we extrapolated for 10 years. That if farmer continues this, because only once it has to be planted, and then only for 10 years, the farmer has to only harvest the flowers and then distill the flowers for the extraction of essential oil. So then we did the GCS-MS of this essential oil, which was cultivated in Kashmir Valley. So we can find out about 50, not 50 chemicals were identified in this chemical profiling, and the main constituent was linalool. It was 25%, and linyl acetate. Linyl acetate was about 45%. And these are the two main compounds, and berniol also was 2.7%. These three compounds are the main compounds. Linalool is responsible for this aroma, and linyl acetate is nowadays considered a very important compound, because this is the compound which is responsible to most of the people who have got dementia. And this is the oil. Just sniffing this oil, this disease can be treated. And berniol has the antiseptic value. So even lavender water, which was obtained as a byproduct in this, even in this also we could find out about 17 chemicals were identified. It also contained linalool, about 32%. So now in the table 5, which I explained earlier, which I have shown, I have shown that 50 products have been listed. The main constituents of lavender oil from Kashmir are linalool, which is 25.27%, linyl acetate 44.98%, terpenol 1.49%, berniol 2.7%, camphor 1.07%, and lavendyl acetate 3.4%, and beta carophyllene 1.85%, carophyllene oxide 2.08%. These compounds are in comparison. When we compare them, what European pharmacopoeia has standard, as per the European pharmacopoeia standards, these are comparable with them. Because evident that Kashmir lavender oil, while linalool is greater than 25% and linyl acetate greater than 44%, is of international standards as per the European pharmacopoeia. So what we cultivate, what lavender is being cultivated in Kashmir Valley, it can be compared to the best quality of lavender planted or sold anywhere in the world. In this study, the recovery of essential oil is also very important. Recovery of essential oil from the flower spikes, which I have shown, it was 1.07%. But elsewhere in the world, it is almost the same. Some people say we got 1%. Some people say we got 0.5 to 1%. But in our study, we got it 1.07%. So in case of recovery of essential oil, we also have that better quality what we can have here in Kashmir Valley. So a farmer, I was telling you, the farmer will take up the cultivation of lavender only if it is economical for him. And for the economics, we have just shown you those tables. So it is about a farmer can earn 4 lakh per hectare if he cultivates lavender in Kashmir Valley. So this was all the short presentation because I was told that you concluded in time. So this was, if somebody wants to ask something, I can try to answer.